Talk more about this story, home builder Kathy Santomero-Meehan and Newsday business reporter Jonathan Lamantia. Thank you so much for being here. Kathy, I want to begin with you. We're talking about 3 weeks to live. Now, 7 years later, you are building a 47-home subdivision. Just tell us about your journey. What was that journey like for you?
Well, it was a little scary in the beginning. You know, when I first got diagnosed with breast cancer was 2013, and I'm very optimistic, so I thought that I was going to have no trouble, and I'm into health. So I went with an optimistic attitude, and I managed to overcome the breast cancer. And then in 2018, I was diagnosed. I felt fine. I just went for a PET scan to make sure that everything was okay. And that's when I learned that I had liver cancer, or it spread to my liver. So my liver was 50 to 60% necrotic, or which means dead or cancerous. So I was not, you couldn't operate on me because it was spread all over. We were very involved in church, and we had a lot of support and a lot of prayers, and I think that's pretty important too. And so that got me here.
Jonathan, I want to bring you into the conversation. This is a major development for Long Island. We haven't seen anything like this in a while. What does this mean for the community?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, with subdivisions on Long Island, you know, people think about, you know, Levittown and thousands of houses going up, you know, in neighborhoods around Long Island after World War II. But in the last, say, 5 to 10 years, you know, when you look at some of the biggest subdivisions, they're only around, you know, 40 to 50 houses, just like this one. So for Rocky Point, you know, this is a major subdivision. You're going to have 47 houses here. And, you know, at $800,000 and up, that's definitely a high price point for Rocky Point, where for the first half of the year, the median price was about $535,000. So definitely above, you know, what the older homes that are now reselling, you know, like everywhere else on Long Island, have been selling for.
So not everyone is on board with this project. We have to talk about that. What are some of the concerns?
Yeah, so I talked to some folks at Brooklyn Bagels down the block, and you know, folks talk about traffic, right? You're going to have more people here. You're going to have 47 houses, potentially 47 families, and so you're going to have some more cars. You're going to have some more kids in the schools, and so those were some of the main things. Some other folks talked a little bit about affordability and just the idea of Rocky Point, you know, being a place where you know, people have been able to afford a home better than in other parts of Long Island, where you know the median prices are closer to, you know, $700,000, and so they were a little bit nervous that, you know, is this a sign that affordability is kind of going away in Rocky Point? But I think the Meehans would tell you, and their real estate agent would say, you know, these are brand new houses, and you know, folks are getting the opportunity to kind of customize details, and so that's a different sort of opportunity than, you know, buying a house that might need renovations elsewhere in Rocky Point.
Well, Kathy, how do you want to address those concerns?
Well, some of the people that have come into my office, because at first we didn't hire a realtor, so I was the one that was doing it, and they would come in and they'd say, well, we've been looking, but anything we find needs renovation, it'll cost us more money than what you are presenting. So I don't even have to sell. They come in and they want it. Another woman came in and she was like, you know, all my friends want to live there because it's a circle. And so, excuse me, the backyards butt up to each other. They envision going from one yard to the next, you know, so it's kind of like a Norman Rockwell feel to me.
Walking through that home for the first time, what was that like for you?
Exciting, and it's nice because we're doing multi-generational, so the particular model that we chose to do has a primary bedroom on the first floor and the second. So say if your parents want to live with you, or your children want to live with you, or just a guest, one woman is using it as a playroom. So, you know, there's a lot of options.
A lot of options for families.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, thank you so much. Jonathan, thank you for your time. We'll be following this development, of course, and for more information, just head to our website, newsday.com.